Hi, welcome to Lazer3D. It's been a while since we've done a video, but we've received this mystery box from Texas. Though it's not much of a mystery considering what I've got to my right here. So we have partnered with Commander X16 to design a custom case for the development board. So this is the second iteration of the case that we've designed now. So we've been trying to optimize the design to make it easy to manufacture for the most part. But as you probably can agree, it started to look really cool. So we are planning on getting this available for pre-order very soon, so keep an eye on our socials. So let's see what we've received from Texas, and then we'll get this installed into our case. Oh, this is exciting. Cartridge case. Cartridge PCBs. And I've got one more. Right angle and straight cartridge slot connectors. And lastly, this will be the board. So let's get the packaging out of the way. Here we go, you can see the Commander X16 in its anti-static bag. So let's get this opened up. There we go. Yeah, there's the dev revision there. So this will be the, I'm not sure if it'll actually be the first board out in the wild, you could call it. But this is really exciting for us. Ah, that is absolutely awesome. And here we go, you can see the connectors on the back as well. And shall we get the other pieces opened? So this is the right angle connectors. I'll get the packaging. I'll keep it with the packaging. So we can wrap it back up. The cartridge case. So what's going to come in useful for the cartridge case is when we work on a revision for the top panel to see all the side panels. So we still need to work this out, but how we're actually going to allow the cartridge to be inserted into this case. Yeah, it is just a Famicom cartridge, I believe. And then the actual cartridge PCBs. So there's your first Commander X16 PCB. Ooh, and another one as well. So this is a ROM board, it says. So what we'll do now is we'll clean up all this packaging and we will get this fitted in the case to see how it looks in our newest case. We've got all our parts laid out now, and the most important bits being the development board and the case. So before I start putting the development board into the case, why don't I go over a few features of the case that we've been working on. So as you can see, it's essentially a low-profile micro ATX case that we've built here. So this includes the backplate. So that currently takes a normal micro ATX backplate. But one of the reasons that we wanted to get our hands on a development board is so we could actually work out how we're going to cut the correct shapes for this instead. So for these ports instead. We believe it's going to be powered by a Pico power supply, like a generic. So this is like a generic 12 volt DC power supply. And so a few other things on the case is so this front panel here, you can kind of see the gap. So that's a frosted front panel behind this. And this will allow you to see these LEDs on the board to shine through very nicely. We're thinking of having two options for the top panel, at least on the initial wave of orders that we release. So we've got our current clear one, and we've also got an opaque one. So we're going to work out how viable it would be to include both of those panels in the first wave of orders. But keep an eye on our socials for that further information. So we've also got another case. So this is just a black and silver type case. Exactly the same style as this one, really. Exactly the same cutouts as well. So let's get this board into our case. Now that's glued in, let's see how the ports look on the back. So as you can see, it does fit within the micro ATX form factor. So that's going to give us the opportunity now to actually create a cutout for each of these ports rather than needing a separate backplate. As I mentioned before, it's likely using a Pico power supply. So we've got a generic backplate here that will usually take any type of DC jack you might need for that power supply as well. So let's see what the cartridge looks like inside as well. Yeah, that's a pretty nice fit. Sticks up pretty nicely. So that's going to give us the opportunity to create a slot and key that slot for the cartridge so we can make sure it goes in the right way. So we're not sure which side it's going to go in yet, whether it's going to be a right-angled one or one on the top. Like you can imagine, some of the disadvantages to having a right-angled one is you still need to keep some space available at the side. And with the top one, I've got the cartridge sticking out slightly as well. So let's get this installed. And here we go, this is with the top plate on now, and you can still see the board nicely. Be sure to follow our socials for any updates on the case and its availability. And you'll receive an email if you subscribe to our newsletter as well, which we'll post on our socials too. Thanks for watching.